Yo, so talk E, welcome to the locker room where we talk nothing but basketball. Ladies and gentlemen, this video is gonna be more like a flashback, to be honest with you. I watched yesterday's game and between the Warriors and the Cavs, it was okay, it was cool. Kind of boring, but it was cool, and I'll get into it in a little bit. But before I get into it, just know that I am sick. So if this video is a little boring, if it's like not edited as much as usual, blah 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 blah, please cut me some slack. You know, like I'm dead sick. I don't know if y'all can hear it in my voice, but I'm sick. And you know he's out here in the background. I apologize. There's people that came over and shit. But anyways, Warriors, Cavs. It was a cool game. Like I said, it was kind of boring first half. Offensively, neither team had it. But defensively, it was great. Like both teams played defense. Both teams were not shooting that good. I think they were like 36 and 38% shooting in the first half. Nobody hit double digits until like late second quarter. I think it was Darius Garland who first hit double digit points. The Warriors, honestly, a couple of easy shots I feel like they could have made, but they didn't end up making. I know they would love to have this game back. I know they would love to repeat this game, but unfortunately, it's over. And going into the second half, third quarter specifically, every shot the Cavaliers couldn't make in the first half, they were going crazy in the second half. Third quarter, bottoming every shot. Like every three felt like it was going in. And to be honest with you, back to the first half, what really kept the Cavs afloat, I would say, is Ty Jerome, his energy. Like there's a lot of things that he was doing. Like first of all, he was hitting his shots. Second of all, he came here and he was, talking shit to the Warriors bench. He was pointing at them. He was hype. He was bringing the energy to keep the Cavs up and to give them some type of hope, because it's only a matter of time before the Cavaliers start playing their brand of basketball. And in the first half, especially in the second quarter, the Cavs were down by like 8 to 10 points. There were a couple of calls that went against the Warriors and went in the Cavs' favor, and that's, every single game there's some team that feels like that, there's some fan base that feels like that. But at the end of the day, the Warriors still had the lead. And Ty Jerome brought that hope for the Cavs. And then back to the third quarter, as I was saying, this is when the Cavs finally came back. They looked like Cavaliers. They were playing Cavalier basketball. And they were scoring at every level. And the defense turned up a notch. They were doing great in the third quarter. And then you add the fact that Evan Mobley, Jared Allen started hitting a couple of shots around the basket. The only problem was the Warriors got in the penalty like within the first 3 or 4 minutes of the third quarter. So the whole rest of the quarter, the Warriors were shooting free throws on every foul. And this is when the Warriors kind of turned up their offense. Like, the offense was still off the whole night. But this is when they realized, yo, we should start driving to the basket. I don't know why it took them this long, but this is when they realized, yo, let's get more points around the paint in the basket. Let's go straight to the basket. Let's give the ball to Kuminga, what's been working the last 3 games. Let's give the ball to Trace. I really struggle pronouncing his name. But let's give the ball to him. Let's see what they could do in the inside, and let's see if they could get a couple of calls their way, hit a couple of free throws, get a couple of dunks, and maybe work from the inside out. Third quarter, Warriors look like they might have a chance. Even though the Cavs came out and they opened up an 8-point lead to an 18-point lead, went on like a 10-0 run in the beginning. At the end of the third quarter, honestly, even though it looked like the game was over, Steph Curry started hitting shots. He hit like 1 or 2 threes or something like that. And when he gets going, anything can happen. But then he had airball a 3, and I was like, yeah, it's over. I was like, bro, he airball a 3, bro, it's over. Like, forget it, wrap it up. Fourth quarter came, and honestly, it was hard to watch. Fourth quarter was like, no matter what the Warriors did, because they started getting some shots around the basket. Again, they got in the penalty early, and they were starting to get to the free throw line even more. They were getting like more efficient buckets. A couple of threes started falling for Dennis Schroeder. Moses, I think his last name is Moutier, he came in and he looked like he was the only hope for the Warriors. He was scoring, doing everything that the Warriors should have been doing from the beginning, from the start of the game. And another thing, why did the Warriors stay away from Andrew Wiggins. There was a lot of times where Andrew Wiggins was their main shot creator. There was a couple of shots that were really only available because of Wiggins. I feel like they should have kept going to Wiggins. But it's neither here or there because the game is over. Maybe next time. But everything that the Warriors did this quarter, Cavs would come down, hit a three. Warriors would go on like a 4-0 run. You would think they finally got momentum. Cavs come down, hit a three. Cavs miss a couple of shots, come back down, hit a three. Warriors looked like they were starting to get stops, turnovers, da-da-da. Quickly, the tables turned back around. Now the Cavs are getting stops and turnovers. And mind you, Steph Curry sat out until the 8-minute mark. Now, maybe it's because they didn't care enough about this game, but with knowing that Steph Curry is the main scorer on this team, I don't know if I can sit out Steph Curry for that much. Especially when we're trying to get some type of momentum moving into the new year, get a couple of wins in a row, get some type of scoring, some type of thing to have some type of flow moving forward. I don't know if I could sit Steph Curry for that long. I know he's getting older. I know that these minutes are starting to wear on his body. I know that he needs some type of rest, but I don't think I can sit out Steph Curry for a while in the third quarter and then sit him again for the first 4 minutes of the fourth quarter, knowing that we might still have a chance, even if we can use him as a decoy, and we know he's not going to get any shots because the Cavs were playing him insane. Like, this is like the first year where I can say, honestly, it's been some great defense on Steph Curry. And the Warriors' biggest mistake is trading Klay Thompson because it opened up a lot for any team that wants to defend the Warriors. To double team Steph Curry, to, trap, to do whatever you want to do has gotten so much easier, and it's because they got rid of Klay. Buddy Hield was supposed to fill in that void, but the thing is, Buddy Hield is not Klay Thompson. Buddy Hield's shot is respectable, but it's not Klay Thompson. And I think that's why it's so much easier to guard Steph now, and that's why the Warriors are struggling, because they're trying to depend on Steph more than ever before, but teams have turned up their defense on Steph. You don't have too many threats on the team that are showing that they're a threat. I mean, on paper they could be a threat, knowing their resume, but they're not showing that they're a threat. So then that becomes a problem. And then you got the Cavs in the fourth quarter. Jared Allen had 5 fouls. Evan Mobley had 4 fouls, and they still maintained the lead. And not only did they maintain the lead, they grew it to 21. I think it was like a minute or two into the fourth quarter. Both of them had 4 and 5 fouls. They sat down. And I remember, I thought to myself, and it's crazy because the announcer said it right after me. I thought to myself, look, they don't have nobody defending the rim. Jonathan Kuminga, is your time. Get to the basket every single time. Downhill every time. Get to the basket every time. The Warriors should live in the paint right now. Like, they should be almost no threes until everybody has had 2 or more touches in the paint. And the Cavs still found a way. They found a way. Because the problem now is, even though Evan Mobley, Jared Allen are out for the quarter, they went super small. And if you know anything about the Cavaliers this year, they are the best 3-point shooting team percentage-wise. I know the Celtics take the most threes in the game, but the Cavs are the best 3-point shooting team. So then, when you consider Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Caris LeVert, and 2 other guys that can shoot the 3 at a very high clip, they made the Warriors pay. And every time the Warriors even thought of finally we have momentum, finally we have a chance, the Cavs will hit a shot that will send everything back. The Cavs will hit a shot that will break the back of the Warriors. The Cavs will just destroy all hope. And mind you, this wasn't even a home game for the Cavs. Not that it means anything, because they've been good on the road and at home. I think they only lost 5 games this year. And 2 of them came to the Hawks, which is honestly mind-boggling to me. How the fuck did that happen? But another game where Steph Curry only puts up 11 points. I had said it. And I want to also state, why does Steph Curry look so different on games like this? But then on Christmas Day, he looked unstoppable. On Christmas Day, it looked like Steph Curry is the greatest shooter alive again. On Christmas Day, it looked like we have prime Steph Curry. But then on days where he's going up against the Pacers, the Cavs, all these teams are coming up that are great, that are playing amazing defense, amazing offense, that are growing together, he struggles. There's a game a couple of nights ago where I think Steph Curry didn't have a single field goal. There was another game where he didn't have a field goal until the last 40 seconds of a third quarter. And yesterday was another night where he only put up 11 points. How? And like I said, all Warriors missed a lot of shots in the basket. You know, like right at the basket, right under it. They missed a lot of shots in the paint. They missed a lot of twos. They missed. And it's like, I just don't understand how. Something about this Warriors team is off. I'm going to watch a couple of games, and I'm going to come back and give my take next time. Get ready for another crazy take video. And the Cavs, I can't wait to see them go up against the Lakers tonight. Honestly, if we're being 100% honest and we're speaking the truth right now, the Celtics look cool. They look like they're just waiting for the playoffs, honestly. They're going to just cruise through the regular season, wait for the playoffs. The Cavs and the Lakers are my 2 favorite teams this season. And tonight, I get to see them go head-to-head. And I hope and I pray that LeBron James is playing. Then I wanted to watch the Mavericks and Kings, but Kyrie wasn't playing, Luka wasn't playing, Clay wasn't playing, 2 other players weren't playing. I was like, damn. They did really good though, in my opinion, for having all those players out and guarding the Kings, who are the crazy fast tempo team. I think they did pretty good. I think it was great for them, and they actually played hard. The Kings didn't really get a lead until like the third quarter. So I don't know. I think they did good. I think it was good for the coach to see where they at and get to see new players and, you know, see what they can do and shit like that. But the Kings obviously won it. So that was a little boring. Those were 2 of my favorite games at night. Nikola, Russell Westbrook, amazing. First teammates to have a triple-double at the same time since, I don't know who, but it's been a long time since that happened. It's only happened like, I think 15 times in the NBA. That might sound like a lot, but that's still very rare. They went up against the Jazz though. Somehow teams struggle against the Jazz, but the Jazz are a bad team. Teams who beat the Jazz but barely beat them. It's kind of weird. But anyways, yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thanks so much for coming out to the locker room. Please forgive me. I told you I am sick. But I appreciate you. And safety.